playing Honkai. Fuck. I'm going to do the... I'm going to play the companion mission for Yukong. And then I'm also going to do whatever there is of the event. I don't know how much there is. I'm imagining it's gonna be like tiered, how much there is. Hey, Welt. Oh, yeah, there was a message earlier. Okay, not that one. What the fuck? Whoa. It was this one. Basically, it was saying what? Someone crash landed, and me and Walt have to help find a person.
Looks like there's smoke rising in the distance. Miss Shikui sent us a psi crane. See if you can get an aerial visual. This is an emergency. We need to find where the star skiff crashed as soon as possible.
Connect the second. Connecting to... Wait, do I actually get to use it? Oh! After interacting with the roost, you can start remotely controlling the Psycrane. Psycranes can fly, allowing them to reach areas that are inaccessible to characters. Characters will remain at their original position while a Psycrane is being remotely controlled. While in control of a Psycrane, you have the option to either ascend or descend as desired. Psycranes can be used in different scenarios to accomplish various tasks. So... Whoa, where am I? Oh, wait. I wonder what this is.
We found it. Looks like the pilot isn't inside. If they escaped before it came down, they should still be nearby.
Those walls are here. Oh.
There. That must be who Miss Shikui asked us to save. We need to hurry. Those abominations have trapped her. Be careful.
Alright, let's go. And now I just warp down to this person, yeah? Hey!
Hey, get out of here! It's too dangerous!
I said
Go get someone from the Skyfaring Commission. Tell them Ching Ni is in trouble.
Okay. That's okay. We're pretty tough.
Don't worry, Miss Ching-Ni. We've been in worse danger.
Yeah. We literally fought a giant Ravager, so, you know. I don't think it can get any harder than that.
Try that again.
Boom.
I told ya I could fight.
Shio
While
Clara.
I give you a present.
There.
I need to be brave.
Commencing annihilation.
Counter attacks.
You can't run.
And you're dead. Don't you dare summon.
Right.
I'm okay.
Stay back, Clara.
Try that again.
Stay back, Clara.
I should probably invest in the Trailblazer more.
My turn.
Just because, like, during Trailblazer companion missions, I do bring Trailblazer. So, I should at least make him
Try that again.
up to snuff.
I'm on guard.
Yeah!
So you are afraid of me.
Let me end your misery.
I'll free you from your chains.
alt here.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies.
Will this do that?
Illusions of the past.
Yeah. There we go. Oh. Cutscene thing.
There are too many monsters. Let's hold out for a little longer. The Cloud Knights should be here soon.
Just run! These monsters can't get up here anytime soon.
No can do, Miss Qingni. We're not abandoning you.
Yeah, we got a job to do. Mr. King's. Won't we? Yeah.
You two have held out long enough. Help is at hand.
Oh, there she is. The person who the companion mission's for.
Cloud Knights, formation. Prepare to engage. Hold on, Qingni. We're coming to get you.
Ow.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Spock!
Imagine having Welt. That'd be great for the Ciencio stuff. I wonder if next Planet Himiko will be alongside you. Himiko and someone else. I don't know what's gonna go on with Dogma.
Who's next? You have the worst luck running into me.
Part of me thinks that
Me out
he
here? How can we lose?
may no longer be on the
Lance at the
Express
ready.
at the end of the Ciencio stuff.
Pressure!
I don't know.
Target front index lower.
Come on. Alright, cut her up, put out the damage.
You can't run.
That did not crit. Shit. That one did.
Watch this.
Punch?
Eliminating threat.
Alright, there we go. That's just like
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Spock!
Maybe I should have brought
Gotta try hard sometimes.
Seal.
Check out this awesome move.
I don't know what's kind of pieces. Oh. Yes. I'll wait for you to unfreeze, and then
I'll free you from your chains.
I'll break you.
Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Also Trailblazer to apply
Lance ablaze.
some stacks.
Flaming lance. Forward!
I told ya I could fight.
Attack that one because it has more health. Yeah. Ow.
Target threat index lower.
I'm a big fan of that attack. This will do some damage. I'm tired. Also, I have work tomorrow. So that might be
What a headache.
part of why. Also, the fact that I woke up earlier than intended.
Try that again. My turn.
I'm on guard.
Ow.
I'm not afraid of you. Be careful, Mr. Svarog.
It's kind of a slower burn of things.
Hide.
Who shocks? Oh, yeah.
You have the...
Close enough?
So you are.
Alright, that does it. After cleansing the area of the abomination, the Cloud Knights rescued the trapped girl.
I didn't know the Helmmaster of the Skyfaring Commission dealt with situations like this in person.
Indeed. I should be reviewing files in the Palace of Astrum. However, Qing Ni decided to put herself in danger and trouble our esteemed guests with her safety. As her mother, I couldn't sit idly by.
Wait, mother?
Qing Ni, have you thanked your benefactors yet?
Like mother?
Thank you, benefactors.
No need, Miss
I
Qingni.
guess I do live a long
It was
time.
nothing.
It was all thanks to Madame Yukong's timely appearance. As easy as taking out the
You
trash.
Astral Express Trailblazers have outstanding manners, though your allegories are a little odd.
What?
It was because of both of you that Qing Ni escaped unscathed. Words cannot express my gratitude. In fact, by way of thanks, I'd like to invite you to the Palace of Astrum for tea. It is about time we knew each other better.
The feeling is mutual, Lady Yukong. We would be honored.
Then, for now, I will excuse myself.
Okay.
Qing Ni's irresponsible actions caused much trouble for the two of you. Allow me to apologize once again on her behalf.
You always do this, Mother. Scold me before figuring out what actually happened. It was a dire situation. I was the only one who could...
You promised me, Qing Ni.
Oh.
We shall discuss this when we return. Please excuse us, benefactors. I look forward to our meeting.
I didn't know Yukong had that side to her.
You mean a scary mom side?
You have a unique way of putting things. But you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Appearances seemingly tell us little about the lives of the Xianzhou's leaders, no matter how long those lives may have been. Yukong's inner worries and concerns came to the surface in the presence of her daughter. Only then was it clear that she, too, is somebody's mother.
I feel like you relate to this a lot, Mr. Yang.
Yes. After all, I know what it's like to worry over a kid's homework and whether their lunch is healthy enough. But there's something I don't understand. Yes, Qing Ni piloted a star skiff without permission and put herself in danger, but she meant well. Nevertheless, Yukong's reaction suggests that there was something more. Anyway, let's head over to the Palace of Astrum. Best not to keep Yukong waiting.
What? To the palace! We're gonna have to get there early, right?
No, but we've been invited. We certainly don't want to be late.
Fair enough.
All right, let's head out before it gets late.
Okay, I'm gonna change up some comp stuff. Technically, March isn't here, so I don't need her. And Yukong, I might need. So, I'll add her. Let me see. Light cone. Got the light cone equipped. At level 1. Hell yeah. Give me that. Relics. Something buff related, I think. She gives crit to people or whatever. Also, she has a bow too. Whoa. Shiny. Alright. Where the fuck are you? Well, that's not right. What am I doing? Okay, I have the navigation up. I just... Alright. Earthrise Agora at the Central Starskiff Haven. I have no idea how long this will take. Sorrells took around an hour, give or take, so... Well, probably over an hour. And Sorrells definitely on the longer side.
It's getting late. Where to now?
Plus, it took a while to lock it. Stupid fucking side missions. Well, they're not stupid, they're fine, but...
Why won't you listen to me?
Because it's my life!
Tell me what to do, Mom. What's going on with them, huh?
You know I have the talent to make it. I can become the Lafu's best pilot, just like you were.
Oh.
Talent? You'd be dead if it weren't for those two travelers. Do you think stealing a star skiff and taking to the skies is a show of talent? What about being trapped by abominations?
It was just a little
You
oopsie.
at any moment think about what I would feel if something happened to you?
Again, it's an
Do
oopsie.
you
It's
know
all
how
good.
many people dream of a relaxing desk job at the Skyfaring Commission? You promised me to work responsibly in your post. Not only have you broken the Skyfaring Commission's regulations, you've broken your promise to me.
I already told you. I had no choice. I want to help you and the Skyfaring Commission, not sit at my desk dealing with never-ending papers. That job doesn't suit me. I got the highest grade in the fighter pilot test. They all said I was a genius, like you. Like mother, like daughter. They were all jealous of me.
And you like that?
But no one even knew I had to take the test behind your back.
Oh.
You would never have allowed me to go if I told you about it.
Behind my back? Do you really think you could have walked into the test and sat in the cockpit if I hadn't given my permission behind the scenes?
Oh.
As for genius, don't mention that word to me again. Why do you insist on becoming a pilot? Don't understand.
And I don't understand why you don't understand.
And I don't understand why you don't
Why can
understand why I
anyone in the
don't
world become
understand.
a fighter pilot except the Hellmaster's daughter? Don't you realize how ridiculous that is? You may not want to fly anymore, but don't trap me down here with you.
Oh.
Qingni, where are you going?
So about that tea.
I'm sorry you had to witness this.
Apologies, Madam Yukong. We should have given you some time.
Yes. Jeez, just throw him under the bus. Yes, apologies.
Contrary. I apologize for allowing my own personal matters to encroach on your time.
We don't intend to pry into private business, Hellmaster Yukong. But if there's anything we can help with, please don't hesitate to ask.
Family issues, I'm afraid. You probably heard a thing or two just now.
More than two, but yeah.
Despite my earnest wish that she continue in her post, Qingni is fixated on becoming a fighter pilot. I may seem overbearing, but the situation she gets herself into sent a shiver up my tail. It's funny, isn't it? I've seen every
It's not
disaster
just tail,
imaginable.
but it does make sense.
From the abundance axis to a living planet. I thought I'd forgotten what fear was. But when I fought alongside you, I realized there are still things that can terrify me.
Like losing your daughter?
I'm sorry. Talking about such vexing matters is unbecoming in front of guests. I invited you here to gain a better understanding of the Express, not bore you with these trivialities. Oh, I prepared refreshments for you. Please, you must try this excellent whale tide spring.
Though things didn't get off to a great start, everyone enjoyed this meeting with Yukong. Well, that's good.
Please accept these gifts as thanks for saving my daughter. I'd heard that the Nameless had traversed the Starry Sea, but I wasn't prepared for how much I could learn from you.
Well, I'd heard from members of the Skyfaring Commission that you were a top-tier pilot, Madam Yukong, and an ace among the Cloud Knights.
Oh.
Now that I've seen you in action, I know the rumors were true. I hope to witness your flying ability for myself one day. We'll head off now. The Commission must be busy. I look forward to our next meeting, Madam Yukong.
Oh, that's a little different. And it gets the point across just the same, but...
On my flying ability, I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you, Mr. Yang. The sky no longer suits me.
Something happened?
Looks like you still wish to talk. Seems our every meeting is accompanied by an incident of some sort.
Yeah.
I hope I can meet the Astral Express crew under better circumstances next time.
First time we met, Jing Yuan had to tell you, let these guys, do their thing. Kind of. And you were like, no. Don't do that. I don't trust them. I'm Yukong. That's how she talks.
You too, please, wait.
Oh boy.
Thank you for saving me, benefactors. And I'm sorry you had to witness all that.
As long as you're not a Ravager in this, guys, we're all good. I understand. It's the parent-child relationship.
So you've experienced it yourself, benefactor. That's great. I mean, I'm happy I finally found someone who can
Oh
understand
shit.
me.
You got shit
But
from
I
your
have
parents
the
too?
hip and
Awesome. I love that.
I'm an adult now. I have the right to pursue my dreams. Mom still insists on sheltering me under her wing, as if I can't even stay alive without her.
Miss Qingni, these are family matters. I'm not sure it's my place to comment. However, in my personal experience, becoming a parent often means we become obstinate.
Your dad.
To erode a rock, one must be patient and persistent, like water. What I mean to say is, instead of trying to prove yourself suddenly, perhaps you could demonstrate your ability to look after yourself methodically over time. Don't you think, Miss Qingni?
Actions speak louder than words. When it comes to family stuff, I leave it to Mr. Yang.
My mom is actually a reasonable person, but she gets unreasonable as soon as I mention flying. She hid my Starskiff toys, dragged me away from the port when I stayed behind to count ships, forced me to study for ages. I did everything I could to work my way into the Skyfaring Commission. But she used her authority to assign me a desk job.
Damn.
Every time I walk along Star Watcher Avenue and look up at those ships flying freely across the sky, I feel empty inside. Speaking of empty inside, so how were Mom's refreshments? Good?
Help yourself. I'm sure there's some left over.
I've been so angry today I forgot to eat anything. How about this? My mom thanked you guys with refreshments, so I should do the same. Let me take you around Starskiff Haven. We can try the most authentic snack on the LaFu.
Oh? What kind of food is this? I'm curious. God. Vending machine.
We're here. The thing about the most authentic snack on the Cienjolafu is it's a drink, and it's inside this vending machine.
Oh yeah? Wow, the full 5-star treatment.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't have the money for anything fancy.
That's all good.
Here, mung bean soda. 1 can each.
That sounds interesting. I haven't done
This thing has a
before.
bit of a unique flavor, but I love it.
Let me try. A nostalgic experience.
Nostalgic, huh?
Oh, is there a drink like this where you're from?
Yeah.
No, this reminds me of when I first boarded the Express and forced myself to drink Himiko's coffee.
Oh.
And how my taste buds never fully recovered.
How is it? Bearable?
Oh god. I imagine it's good. Like, it doesn't sound bad. It'd probably be a unique experience for sure. Delicious. Simply delicious.
Whoa! I've never met a traveler who could down a mung bean soda like that. But I guess not everyone can accept what I like.
Aw,
Just like
shit.
flying. Well, don't force yourself. Let's go somewhere else. Ooh, I know a really great place in Starskiff Haven to Starskiff watch.
Okay. Is your mom gonna drag you away?
Quite a different experience looking down on Starskiff.
You know, there are a lot of mung bean soda moments in life. If you don't try, you won't know. Unique
Yeah.
experiences are often a product of risky choices.
It just depends on what the risky choices are.
Tell that to my mom. Her #1 life lesson is you can't turn back once you enter the sky. Pilots are always dancing with death. I know she's right. I know being a fighter pilot is an exhausting and dangerous job. But I still want to fly among the stars. To fight for the Xianzhou Alliance across the vast galaxy.
Why are you so dedicated to that idea, Miss Jingmi?
Have you heard of the Foxian birth fate tradition? Soon after a child is born, we surround them with items that represent future destinies.
Ah.
If the child reaches for a jade abacus, then they'll grow up to be a diviner. If they reach for a sword, then they'll grow up to be a famous warrior. And if they reach for a toy star skiff,
They'll be a pilot. So you reached for the star skiff?
no, not me. My genius mom did.
Oh.
Mom reached for the star skiff and showed a natural talent for flying. General Jing Yuan recruited her to the Cloud Knights as soon as she was old enough. That's how she became a fighter pilot.
Ah.
Later, she achieved miracles. One time, she destroyed 3 beast ships in a hail of Barisan anti-aircraft fire. Like an arrow tearing through a thunderstorm. She also holds the Skyfaring Commission records for speed and enemy vessels destroyed.
Wow.
I'm proud to be Madame
True
Yukong's daughter.
speedrunner.
I've wanted to become a legend like her for as long as I can remember.
What did you reach for as a kid?
I can imagine. A parent is often a child's first hero, and their image can influence their whole life.
She never told me any of those stories herself. And she hasn't piloted a star skiff since the 3rd Denizens of Abundance War. She doesn't even bring up her military achievements.
Must be
I
real
used
bad
to watch
war.
her fly when I was young. Then one time, I stole a star skiff and I tried all kinds of difficult maneuvers. Turns out I was as talented as she was. Not only did I survive the flight, my landing was perfect.
But you crashed.
I remember feeling so
earlier.
happy when they took me to see my mom. There I was boasting about the flight, expecting her to laugh, pat my head, say, "That's my girl," or something. But boy, I've never seen her so scary. I admit, I deserve to be punished. You can't let a kid get away with stealing a star skiff. But my mom was angry about more than that. She was angry because I viewed her as a role model. Because I had the same talent as her. I don't understand it.
Parents never want their children to be in danger. I think I can understand, Madam Yukong.
Yeah.
But flying is the only thing I want to do. I've already touched the sky.
Qingdi receives a message and frowns as she reads it.
It's Mom's secretary, Miss Sequay. She just sent me a message. Mom lost one of her trinkets in Stargazer Navalia when she came to save me.
Ah, gotta go
Miss
find it?
Sequay suggested I find the trinket and return it to Mom. Said it might help me get back in her good books.
In Stargazer Navalia? Let's go with you and have a look.
Is it really okay to bother you two again?
Our way of saying thanks for the mung bean soda. Or to go with. Either way, I'm fine with it. I'll do the first one.
Indeed.
You're too kind, benefactors. I'll treat you to something better than mung bean soda next time.
2 mung bean sodas. Qingdi's memories. Her mother was, but she also remembered how stubborn and unreasonable her mother was when it became. Why do I have these? Anyway. The Stargazer Navalia. I should probably buff up Yukong. I need to figure out the order of things. I need to farm up for Kafka to some extent. Just so I can get her up there quickly.
The fight with the abominations was pretty chaotic. I think Mom's trinket would have dropped around here.
Do we have to use
Do
the
you know
finding
what it looks
thing?
like, Miss Qingni?
Let me think. It should be a little square thing. She's usually got something like that on her.
Square thing.
This is your area of expertise.
Isn't solving puzzles my expertise?
Well, isn't finding a needle in a haystack a type of puzzle solving?
Damn it.
Your powers of perception are impressive. No matter how well a treasure chest is hidden, you're always able to spot it. I think you're the right person for the job.
Control the cyclone. Alright. It's time to investigate. That looks like it's probably it. I'm going to look at the pot.
Come on, are you kidding? It's a trinket, remember?
Oh, what?
You think my mom would carry this with her?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful vase, though. What an intricate pattern. Isn't that the divine beast fortune pattern?
You're so smart, Mr. Yang.
Hey, extra dialogue.
Well, I only recently found out about it.
Wait. Oh shit, I can't get spotted. Encountering enemies in cyclone will automatically return. Weapons?
A Devastator glaive? Is this from the battle? There were a lot of Cloud Knights.
No. This is only a replica. Probably some kind of film prop.
Huh.
Well, this is too big for a trinket.
Well,
A
this.
bird cage. Huh. That reminds me. Have you guys heard of the birds that live in the Everhunt Plains? They have beautiful feathers, but you can't domesticate them. They don't live long if you lock them in a cage. Makes sense. How could a bird that's known the sky live in a cage?
Why is it that birds fly?
Mom always carries this trinket around with her, but I never realized there was something inside. Is this the hunt crest?
A modern lucky charm? Or did she used to...
This is what pilots hang in their Starskiff cockpits for good luck.
Oh.
It must be very close to Helmmaster Yukong's heart. Let's head back, Miss Qingni. I think you should return this trinket in person. This is an opportunity for the two of you to talk.
Indeed.
Not yet. I want to go back later. There's something I hope you two can help me with first.
If you want us to help you persuade your mother, I'm afraid that could be difficult. It's not easy to solve a family dispute as an outsider.
Is this something else? Hopefully.
No, you misunderstand. I just want to know what she's thinking.
Get Walt's perspective.
What turned an ace pilot, someone who loved to fly, into someone like her? My mom clearly misses her flying days. Otherwise, she wouldn't keep this on her person. But she doesn't fly anymore and refuses to let me become a fighter pilot. Why?
Maybe we can ask some people who might know the truth.
Like Jingyuan?
Well, the General's been busy at the seat of Divine Foresight recently. We might not get to see him right away.
Oh, please don't
Still,
get to talk to him.
It's worth a try.
Although he's
He was the
technically
one who
not that.
promoted Helmmaster Yukong. He probably knows more about her past than anyone.
General Jing Yuan? Are you sure it's okay to go straight to him? Oh, right. You're the General's guest.
Yep.
Even so, this is asking a lot of you.
No problem. If we can get to the bottom of why Helmmaster Yukong no longer flies, we might be able to find out why she doesn't want you to be a fighter pilot. We can't help you too directly, but an indirect conversation like this might give us a clue on how to convince your mother.
Do we really know Jingyuan that well?
Don't worry. General Jing Yuan is understanding. I'm sure a small visit won't trouble him, especially if it's about a young girl's future.
In that case, thank you so much, benefactors. I'll head back to Starskiff Haven. I'm not ready to return to the Skyfaring Commission yet.
Alright. Divine Arrow Embers. We were so happy back then. I want to stay there with you forever. At the end of the third Denizens of Abundance War, Rainbow Arbiter's sky-shattering Lux Arrow wiped out everything along the way. The Sanzhou people used the burning embers of the arrow to create many divine objects, and this is one of them. Yukong carries it with her, lest she forgets. Alright, Jingyuan. I guess Jingyuan's fine then, considering I'm going to talk to him.
It's getting late. Where to now?
Let's go. Who? Equilibrium. Oh, he's there in person.
Mr. Yang, and you? What brings you to the seat of divine foresight this time?
It's nothing urgent. We were hoping to understand Helmmaster Yukong a little better.
Yukong? I heard an office worker from the Skyfaring Commission flew a star skiff to assist in the present crisis, but ran into trouble herself. She was only saved thanks to a couple of travelers.
Yep,
On
yep.
behalf of the Law Fu, you have my thanks once again. The seat of divine foresight heard that Yukong's seldom seen but often feared temper was on display. I believe the two of you were caught between mother and daughter.
We heard that Helmmaster Yukong was an outstanding pilot, but that she refuses to let her daughter embark on the same career.
Yukong herself is best placed to answer such questions. But naturally, you are here because you fear that Helmmaster Yukong would decline to answer.
Yeah.
If you wish to dispel Miss Qingni's curiosity, perhaps we can take a small step back from the topic at hand. What do you wish to know about Yukong the pilot?
Oh. Do I drag it? Oh.
Did Qingni tell you any of this? It all serves to remind me. A long time ago, a young Foxian girl, charged by the Knights with a high-speed flight violation, was brought before me as punishment. Now, she's the Madam Helmmaster, my equal. If I were to turn back the sands of time and try to convince my past self that the little girl in front of me would one day become a wise and experienced Helmmaster, I would have probably never have believed it. The Yukong of the past was nothing like she is now, spending her days surrounded by documents at her desk. She was a flaming wind. The only one who could ever calm her was her comrade.
Is the comrade the father, out of curiosity? Conrad?
Yes. Large fighter starskiffs need to be operated in pairs. One pilot takes the helm, the other controls the turrets. The legend of the ace fighter pilot is incomplete without the ace gunner. Yukong's partner was Sai. Both at the controls and behind the turret.
Wow.
Sai was like a cold blade.
Okay, definitely not the
Efficient,
father.
decisive, unfeeling when she had to be. It's hard to imagine such contrasting personalities working in perfect harmony. As I mentioned, the campaign inflicted heavy losses on the Xianzhou Air Force.
Define your numbers.
This is a divine object from the Rainbow Arbiter. Where did you find this?
Picked it up off the road. Inside a trinket belonging to Yukong.
This object has been stored inside Helmmaster Yukong's personal trinket all along. Miss Qingni lent it to us. She thought it might be a way to find out more about Yukong's past and why she no longer flies.
I'm assuming it's because Sai died.
This object is no ordinary trinket. It has borne witness to blood and tears. I'm sure you're both familiar with the Xianzhou's long galactic hunt. But have you heard of the denizens of Abundance Wars? As the Xianzhou has continued
Never
to
mentioned
cleanse
that.
the universe of immortal abominations, so too has the Abundance Axis succeeded in breaching our defensive lines. They pushed the Xianzhou to the brink of disaster. 30 years ago, the Xianzhou Yaoqing and Fenghu were besieged by our enemies Even in the long history of warfare between the Xianzhou Alliance and the denizens of Abundance, that air battle was one of the most tragic. We were greatly outnumbered by the abominations of Abundance. Almost 1 million fighter pilots fought in the bitter battle. Those who survived numbered no more than 100,000. Had the Rainbow Arbiter not descended and destroyed the enemy's assault with their sky-shattering Lux Arrow, who's to say whether the Luofu would still be here today?
Yeah.
Such divine objects were forged from the embers that the Arbiter's divine arrow left behind. For the survivors, these relics contain the blood of their comrades, the ashes of their enemies, and the dust of their memories. Yukong is a survivor of that war. Her best friend, Tai, perished on the battlefield.
Yeah, there it is.
I don't have any other questions. Thank you, General.
I do not wish to speculate on the reason behind Helmmaster Yukong's reluctance to fly, nor do I want to open up old wounds. However, it is difficult to discard one's past. Yukong and Sai trusted each other with their lives. The Helmmaster will have strong memories of that time. Perhaps it is not my place to say, but I believe Qingni has the right to know about the past, as the past is starting to affect her future.
True. Thank you, General.
Thank you, General. We apologize for taking up your time with such triviality.
Mr. Yang, you jest. How can harmony between parent and child constitute a triviality? If you ask me, the mountains of documents and the seat of divine foresight are the only triviality around here.
Oh.
We'll take our leave.
Fuck paperwork.
Let's go. We should head to Starskiff Haven and find Qingni.
Jing Yuan's memories. Jing Yuan still clearly remembers those two young pilots. They were optimistic, brave, and talented. But he also remembers how it all ended.
Oh, something else on your mind?
I have a few other questions.
Did Qingni... If I were to Yukong... She... Yes, the legend of both, it's hard to...
Alright. Nothing else to submit, so... Yeah. This will be really strange when the next story stuff comes out. It's like, oh my god, Jingyuan, you're fine. Qingni? Bob, did you learn anything from General Jingyuan? Shikui said Mom's busy, so I'm headed back to the Skyfaring Commission. If you did learn something, can you come meet up with me? I want to ask my Skyfaring Commission colleagues as much as I can, but I don't know how to start. Do you know someone called Sai? I heard she was your mother's best friend. I actually guessed there would be some connection. It's hard to explain over text. Let's meet up. See you in a bit.
You're here. My mom isn't in a great mood. She went for a walk.
Is it because she's missing the trinket? Isn't it in a great mood?
Probably because of me.
You two are very similar.
Well, we do both like to take a walk after a fight. The only difference is that I come to this side of Starskiff Haven and she heads to the other. That way, we don't bump into each other.
That's it's actually kind of cute. Yeah. Or neat is what I would say, but it's what looks supposed to get.
Really? I think it's silly. Anyway, did you find anything out from General Jing Yuan?
Better to give people time to cool off, I think. You really the information provided by Jing Yuan.
Did
Qingni.
Helmmaster Yukong never bring this up with you?
I was always curious about her past, but she either dodged my questions or pretended not to hear them. In the end, I realized she probably experienced something that left a scar that never fully healed. I never asked her again.
Oh, there you go. She's afraid of you ending up like her friend.
Indeed. That's probably why Yukong was never willing to fly again after the battle, and why she forbids you from flying.
So she doesn't want me to fly because she remembers the pain of losing her friend. And she thinks that my talent makes it more likely that she'll lose me in the same way?
I can't guarantee that's what she's thinking, Miss Qingni. You should talk with her yourself.
Yeah, you gotta get it from the horse's mouth.
You're right, Mr. Yang. But I still have something else to check first. This pass that General Jing Yuan mentioned is probably archived in the Palace of Astrum. I remember watching her handle a document with great care before she filed it away. It looked like a diary.
Do you still remember where it was filed, Miss Qingni?
Vaguely. But there are so many files stored in the Skyfaring Commission. Could I ask you benefactors to look for it with me?
Damn it.
A couple of Outworlders going through Skyfaring Commission files isn't a good look. I'm afraid we can only accompany you, Miss Qingni. You'll need to do the searching yourself.
Of course. You're right. Sorry.
Search for the location of Yukong's personal archive in a calculation device.
We can use this one. Okay. Let me see. Helmmaster's personal archive. Oh, got it. Let's go take a look.
Okay, what's in here? Search for information.
It should be here. Let's see. Yes! This is Mom's diary.
Miss Qingni, I don't think the two of us should be reading your mother's diary.
It should be fine. This is from decades ago. For you travelers, that's more than half a lifespan.
Damn.
No, I still think I shouldn't read it. You stay here with Miss Qingni. I'll be waiting over there.
Fine. Is it really that big of a deal? I'm sure they're just her notes on life as a pilot.
Mr. Yang has rules for these things. I feel like I shouldn't look either.
I understand. I can tell Mr. Yang is a principled person. There are some lines he won't cross. Let's read it together. Maybe her diary holds the key to all of this.
Sai, we're going to be partners. We've known each other for so long, but when we first knew each other racing Starskiffs illegally in the city, we were rivals. Now that we're asked to work together and have each other's back, I'm really not used to it. Naturally, I'm not used to having to look after someone who lost against me, or no, just in order. I jest. I really look forward to flying with you. I don't know when we would receive a combat mission. I don't know what you think about our situation, but I think we both have considerable skills. And having to sit still and not fight enemies in the front lines, it's stifling. Those denizens of abundance often raid the border, and occasionally there are reports of them harming innocent planets. Every time I hear these news, I feel an overwhelming sense of anger. But now, things are different. After a while, we'll be able to show them what we're made of on our fighter jets. Honestly, though, I'm pretty satisfied with my life right now. After all, just between you and me. What I really wanted was never the righteous cause of ridding demonic activities. What attracts me is just the act of flying itself. Look, flying out in the universe outside of the Delves is entirely different from racing star skiffs that we're so used to. There's nothing to anchor us in space. There's not even a distinction between up and down. Our fighter jets would be hung up in space by their lonesome selves, like ships sailing in the middle of the ocean. By then, there is no one else you can rely on but your own skills and your jet. Some may call this feeling lonely, but I prefer to call it freedom. To me, the ability to fly in space is good enough, and if I have to share this sweet freedom with you, that's even better. Sai, I don't know what to say to console you. You're always like this. No matter what terrible things happen to you, you would act strong. As if you don't need anyone to care for you, and you have terrible timing for jokes. Well, we've been together for over 100 years, and I think we understand each other very well. You once said that if something is unpleasant for me, it would also be uncomfortable for you. I actually feel the same way too. Right now, my heart feels like it's being gouged out with a blunt, rusted knife. I can't imagine the amount of hurt and pain you're going through. It's funny. I've never shown Guang Yuan my good side. Every time you leave me alone to go on a mission with him, I feel uncomfortable, especially when I see you two flirting and getting along as if you're inseparable. I can't help but want to glare at him with disdain. But Guang Yuan is a good person. No matter how rude I was to him, he was always kind to me. Thinking back on it now, I realize I'm just really bad at appreciating people. He's really amazing. He managed to hold off several dozen enemy ships with only 2 people. This isn't something that can be done with just courage and resolve. It also requires exceptional skills and extraordinary talent. I can imagine what it was like in his final moments. How his annoyingly handsome face must have shown such determination and focus. Guess that's why he fell in love with him in the first place. I can imagine how proud he must have felt in that moment. He must have had no fear or helplessness, only pride. So you shouldn't be sad. You should be proud of him. We all should. Damn. So Sai lost her lover, or the person she was in love with? Sai, I've been having a lot of negative emotions recently that I cannot express to other fighters on the front line. Since you're recuperating in the rear, I'll just dump them onto you. Although it seems I'm a bit slow to say such words now, it was only recently that I realized that I'm actually in the midst of such a cruel war. Space combat is different from ground combat. Although both involve life and death in an instant, it is rare to see severed limbs and broken bodies in space, which led me to misjudge the brutality of this war. It wasn't until recently, as the situation on the front line worsened, that the bloody reality gently, but indisputably, presented itself before me. Someone might sit beside you for a meal today and be missing in action tomorrow. A new soldier earning praise and honor today might disappear the next. The captain I fought with today might not be found tomorrow. Ground troops that exchange encouragement with me today might be eliminated the next. At this point, I'm worried of building personal connections with anyone here. Perhaps that person would perish, or I might perish, or I might both perish in the day to come. I thought I have experienced enough to feel numb, but bad news kept coming in waves every single day. However, I don't regret this at all. Whenever the pain comes, the feeling that becoming a fighter pilot is the best choice I have made in my life will follow. If I weren't a fighter pilot, I can only endure this pain in silence. But I am. I can fly, I can battle, and I can attempt to destroy the source of my pain. Because I am a fighter pilot, I have things that I can do, realities that I can change. P.S. Don't use the names Guang Yuan came up with. They're terrible. Choosing a name is a big decision the child has to bear with for a lifetime. Use my suggestion instead. Something I picked with after diligently going through several collections worth of poetry. Oh no. She's probably Sai's kid, huh? Sai, I have a lot to tell you. So many things. After your death, they wanted to honor me with a medal. Truthfully, I find that laughable. Based on common logic, no one would award survivors medals to praise their fortuitous survival. But no, not the Skyfaring Commission. They gave me a medal, called me a hero pilot, and the only reason for it is because of my luck to remain alive in that calamitous battle. If you had been as lucky as me, we could have gone to the medals together. After a medal ceremony, we would have gone to Arm Alley, have a few drinks, and laugh at the absurdity of it all. It's a shame. Luck is not on your side. We don't have that chance anymore. I suddenly feel nostalgic. I remembered all the time we had steering our star skiffs across the wild blue sky. We were so carefree. There were no threats to our lives, and we didn't have to bear the calling of the hunt. The entirety of the sky within the delve was ours, yours and mine. Above us was the delve's flashing dome ceiling, and below us were the bustling lights of 10,000 homes. Oh, and behind us, the realm-keeping commission officers who just won't stop chasing us. That was a time of insouciance. How I wish we could stay in that time forever. Damn.
is the meaning of this? The Helm Master's daughter bringing Outworlders in to sneak around?
Whoa, buddy, what are you doing here?
What do you have in your hands? Let me see. Madame Yukong's diary? How dare you read Madame Yukong's personal diary? And with her daughter, too. By the Arbiter, you two are in for a...
Mr. Yang Ming, please, calm down. Let us explain.
Jingni tells Yan Ming the whole story.
I see. Qingni, I know Madame Yukong's position on you becoming a pilot is tough for you to accept, but she has her own concerns.
I understand, Mr. Yang Ming. But now, compared to becoming a fighter pilot, I'm more interested in knowing what my mom went through. I want to know what happened, how she went from ace pilot to Helm Master.
I've been here for a long time, Qingni. If there's something you wish to know, just ask. But don't go rummaging around. That's a bad habit.
Okay.
This divine object, if I remember correctly, it's the one Madame Yukong always carries with her?
Yep.
I heard the war that forged this object was only won thanks to the Rainbow Arbiter's blessing. If Madame Yukong still carries objects from that pilot, then perhaps she still longs for the sky.
If Mom still longs for the sky, then why does she no longer fly?
Perhaps Tsai's passing was too much for her. You shouldn't be asking me about this. Ask your mother.
Jingyuan's memories.
Miss Tsai? I remember her. She was an ace gunner. Many people wanted to be her flight partner. Her husband, Mr. Guan Yuan, was a pilot. They manned the same skiff and were the envy of many. But when it came to pilots, your mother was the best match for her.
Damn.
They flew together all the time. Even Mr. Guanyan couldn't match their numbers. Well, after he passed away in battle, Tsai rarely teamed up with anyone except your mother. It was tragic when Tsai died soon after. That's the life of a pilot. No one knows which flight will be their last. Tsai's death was a big blow to Madame Yukong. After the battle, she refused to turn in Tsai's possessions as per regulations. She kept them locked away, occasionally taking them out to admire.
I didn't think you'd know this many details, Mr. Yanman. I'll just be direct. Why do you pay so much attention to Yukong?
As her subordinate, surely I should be concerned with her mental well-being.
Yeah, sure, bud.
If Madame Yukong is unhappy, how can I be happy? I mean to say, how can I be happy in my duties to her?
Where are Miss Tsai's possessions stored? Thanks for telling us all this, Mr. Yang Ming.
You're welcome. I know this is important to you. I suppose you're going to go through Madame Yukong's office desk next. I can understand your position.
Oh, wait, you didn't talk about the...
I'll take my leave and pretend I didn't see anything. After all, it's an unwritten rule that subordinates should be absent when their superior's privacy is exposed. Please don't tell your mother that you saw me today.
Got it.
Oh, let's catch you nosing around here again. So much for Skyfaring Commission security.
Ensuring the security of public assets and order is the duty of every Xianzhou citizen. Hurry. Madame Yukong will be back soon.
I want to ask about the one thing.
Do you have any other questions? Madame Yukong will be back soon.
The diary.
No, this isn't something I should read. Don't show it to me.
Never mind, let's talk about something else.
just ask some other questions. Ones I can answer.
Fair enough. I kinda just read the diary, so I feel bad. But
My mom keeps lots of stuff in her desk. Let's have a look.
is Seska's space to put
That's
stuff?
the selling point of this desk. Super simplistic design with super spacious hidden compartments.
What
Lots of
compartments?
office staff use this desk.
I'm trying to see.
There are hidden compartments on the left, right, and under the desktop. Which one should we check first?
Well, I'll just go
A paper kite,
to the bottom.
personal letters, and a copy of Otherworldly Delights? So Mom likes these kinds of novels? Huh, I thought she'd prefer more heroic stuff. But what we're looking for isn't here. There are hidden compartments on...
Right side?
There's some exhibition material, not sure if it's relevant. This is the Fallen Heroes archive. Mom stored them right next to her. Every time our pilots returned from the battlefield, my mother would tell me never to forget the cost of victory. But what we're looking for isn't here. There are hidden compartments.
Alright, under the
Got
desk.
it. This looks similar to Mom's diary, but it looks like it belonged to Miss Tsai.
Oh, she had her own diary? Yukong, I'm happy to have a chance to fight side by side with you. When the pair assignment was sent out, I was so nervous that I didn't dare to open and check it, fearing that we wouldn't be paired up. It's not like I can't bear to part with you, but I was worried to leave you with the others with your fiery temperament. When you actually get to the battlefield, don't act recklessly like you do now. Always charge again with hot-headedness. Before taking action, think more about the consequences. That's okay. I don't want to talk about this anymore, or you'll accuse me of nagging like an old crone again. In any case, we need to work together, using our individual strengths to create our own legends in the vast sky. I look forward to fighting in the vast skies with you, so much so that I'm finding it hard to fall asleep. Yukong, don't cry. There's no need to be sad, so this is after Guangyuan died. My husband was the one who died, but you're crying more than I am. After so many years of fighting, you're still so emotional. I'm envious. Being a fighter pilot has always been a harrowing decision. Since we chose this path, we have to be mentally prepared. What's important is not whether we can survive by luck, but whether we can live up to the value of a pilot's life. Guang Yuan and his partner managed to keep an entire Borzen fleet at bay. They were heroes. To me, that is enough. I've heard that it's said that the greatest happiness in life is being able to choose how you die. From this perspective, to fight for the Xianzhou Alliance, no. For the people of the entire galaxy, to die on the battlefield after a lifetime of military service, Guang Yuan is probably happy. Of course, you better not have this kind of happiness. Just live another 200 years, behave, and then die of old age for me. Yukong, it's been a long time. I'm still on my maternity leave in the rear. Everything is fine. With the stalemate happening right now, you must be very busy. But when you have the chance, please take a moment to write an exchange diary entry for me, so that I can know you are still safe. And also, I have a mountain of things I want to talk to you about. Firstly, an announcement. I've already decided on a name for our child. Guang Yuan has talked about this before. If it's a boy, name him Drake. If it's a girl, name her Phoenix. But this man's literary sense is as good as the monkeys in the Everhunt plains. No matter how much we should prioritize the wishes of my late husband, I cannot let his wants ruin my child's life. So after much pondering, I've decided to go with your suggestion and name her Chingni, the colors of dawn. The moonlit camp opens to a garden of archery. Frosty banners brush the colors of dawn. How rare you made the time and effort to look through poems and allegories. I thought you only cared about fighter jets. Don't miss me too much. After taking a few months of break and settling Chingni down, I'll be back. I'll be in action ASAP. Chingni is still so young, and I need to leave her to fight a war. How should I say this? I'm such an irresponsible mother. I am well aware the situation on the front line doesn't look so good. The Borson keeps breaking our ranks. All the media outlets are trying to control the spread of panic and fear, but the Luo Fu is shrouded with a veil of uneasiness. However, I believe the Xianzhou Alliance will win. I believe that warriors like you and me will repel those denizens of abundance to whence they came. I look forward to fighting beside you once more. Okay, yeah, so she is Sai's daughter, and I imagine Yukong doesn't want the daughter to meet the same fate, right? Yukong will be heading toward a cruel battlefield tomorrow. So tonight, there are some things I must entrust to you. This may be somewhat ominous, but there's no help for it. Who made it so that we've never entrusted these things to each other before? If you lived and I didn't, please take care of Qingni like you would your own daughter. I know you will. I will entrust you with all my savings. Please use that as living expenses for Qingni. No matter what kind of person Qingni wants to become, please support her fully. Merchant, poet, street fighter, performer, anything except a jet fighter. Please allow me to make a vow with you. Do not let Qingni become a jet fighter. When we enlisted, you wrote in this diary, our fighter jets would be hung in space by their lonesome selves, like ships sailing in the middle of the ocean. Some may call this feeling lonely. I prefer to call it freedom. I really love this segment, because I thought the same. But that's enough. Loneliness or freedom, we've already tasted it all. Promise me, don't let that child touch the sky. Promise, huh?
So, I was adopted? And this Miss Sai was my real mother?
Yeah.
I suppose I've always had a feeling. But now I know the truth. I feel like I'm dreaming. Don't let that child touch the sky. Is this why Mom refuses to let me become a fighter pilot?
She doesn't want to lose Sai again.
For a pilot, the most important oath before departure is the promise to bring your comrade back. Mom didn't manage to bring her comrade back. So she vowed to prevent me from setting out. Not only am I her daughter, I'm also her final promise to Tsai. I never thought my dream would put Mom in such a difficult situation.
Well, you do now, though, Chingli.
I feel a lot closer to Mom after reading this diary. Even if we're not connected by blood, I understand her a lot more now. Can you come with me one more time? I want to have a proper chat with Mom.
But this is a family affair.
It's fine. I don't need you to do anything. I just want you and Mr. Yang to stand nearby. I'll feel more confident that way.
Okay. Sai's exchange diary. Sai hopes that her friend can take care of her daughter and let her daughter be anything the child wants to be, except a fighter pilot. This will be fun.
You're all done? Did it go smoothly?
Tell everything. Oh, tell Welt everything that just happened.
I see. Let's find Helmmaster Yukong. We'll accompany you. We're here to help, but he and I really shouldn't interject when you're conversing with your mother.
It's okay. I understand. Just having you stand next to me is already a great help, benefactors.
Alright. Go.
When Mom feels down, she usually goes to take in a view of the Jade Gate. She should still be there. Let's go find her.
Okay. Let's see how this goes.
Mom?
Qingni, why are Mr. Yang and they here too?
And they.
Miss Qingni kindly agreed to show us
I am
around
Bob.
Star Skiff
Oh,
Haven. She mentioned she was trying to mend things between you, but was feeling shy about it. We volunteered to come with her.
Thank you. I must apologize for the trouble my daughter has brought you.
Mom!
All right, it's getting late. Let's talk once we're home.
Actually, I want to talk to you about something right now.
Oh.
I want to become a fighter pilot, no matter what.
Okay, so you've decided on that.
We've talked about this many times. No means no.
But
Seems like Miss Qingmi is a little hesitant. Try giving her a little push.
I thought Mr. Yang said we shouldn't interject. What should I say?
This is probably the right. What? Oh, fuck. This feels too serious to like choose this, like.
Is that Sai's diary? How did you... I understand now. I'm sorry, Qingmi. I cannot support your dream because I made a promise to someone else. I don't expect to gain your forgiveness. I just hope you can understand my reason.
Mom, what are you talking about? I'm your daughter. Our bond is bigger than forgiveness and reason. I'll listen to anything you have to say.
There you go.
Just like you, I once longed for the sky. I know what it feels like to fly through infinite space, to be surrounded by the vast expanse of nothingness, with unimaginable splendors looming in the distance, to float like a single leaf in the fathomless stellar sea. Some called it loneliness, but we called it freedom. Sai was like that too. We're friends since childhood. We flew star skiffs everywhere, causing trouble until the knights caught us and dragged us before General Jingyuan. We soon became the most elite fighter pilots of the Skyfaring Commission. It wasn't an easy life. You could even say it was a cruel one.
You spent how many decades
I
fighting?
never knew if the friend next to you would make it back alive. Of course, the same could be said of yourself. But those are my best memories. We'd strike out into the sky, repelling demons and upholding justice. The blood we shed bore witness to it all. The life of a Foxian is short and fleeting. Surely we should dedicate ourselves to such glorious aims.
Interesting perspective, I guess.
Oh, system space all clear today. Great weather for flying.
Wow, that's the best.
We're engaging the main Borison fleet this time. Don't get too excited.
Huh? Sounds like maternity leave knocked the wind out of your sails. Feeling rusty?
Oh, shut it. I think you're just excited because you haven't flown with me for so long. Did you miss me?
Of course I missed you. The galaxy felt smaller without you in my cockpit. Say, Sai, really didn't think you'd come back. Do you really like flying star skiffs that much?
You bet. Sure, it's exhausting, dangerous, low paid.
Low pay.
Plus, you only get back to the Luofu a few times a year. But given the choice, I'd always pick this. I guess I already touched the sky.
The mind is mysterious. I've lived for more than 200 years. Forgotten nearly every conversation I've ever had. But I still remember us shooting the breeze that day. It's crystal clear. It was the last time I spoke to Sai. Sai? Hold on, Sai. Sai, open your eyes. Sai?
Thank you. You go. I've had a good life. But please, don't let Jinmi walk the same path. Don't let her become a fighter pilot.
She's your daughter. You'll be able to tell her yourself, do you hear? The rescue's almost here. Stay with me. Jingni is waiting for you. She lost Guang Yan. She can't afford to lose you too. Wake up! Sai! Sai!
Some peace.
When I climbed out of the burning carcass of the star skiff, I looked up into a clear sky. Pure and seemingly unadorned by the atmosphere that arced far above us. It was the most beautiful sky I had ever seen. But all I could feel was unbearable pain. I sunk to the ground and gazed up helplessly. In my dream, that was the day I died.
Oh.
Mom, this is the first time I've heard you talk about this. But I'm not a little girl anymore. The road of a fighter pilot is a cruel one. I know that now. But I won't hide from it. I'm not afraid to walk the same road as her. If my sacrifice can bring happiness to the citizens of the Xianzhou, then I'm ready for it.
Oh, dear.
You are so very similar to Tsai. The more outstanding you became over the years, the more fearful I turned. I've known for a long time you were ready, but I was not. You know, the cruelty has never claimed victory. Me, Sai, your father Guangyan. We were prepared for the worst when we enlisted. Do you know how we won that war? The war that took away Tsai and the lives of hundreds of thousands of fighters.
The Rainbow Arbiter's divine arrow.
Yes. The mighty blessing of the Rainbow Arbiter annihilated all abominations in a single strike. We had to pay with the blood of hundreds of thousands of soldiers just to halt their advance.
Oof.
If crushing our enemies was as easy as breathing for the Rainbow Arbiter, then what purpose did our sacrifices serve?
Ah.
Under the might of an eon, the sacrifices of ordinary creatures are but a joke. We are nothing. We mean nothing.
Mom.
But I never should have allowed my fears to compel me to make decisions for another person. Even if that person is my daughter, I brazenly interfered with your choices. I am sorry. That is my failure as a mother.
Mom, you don't need to apologize. Really, you don't need to.
I'll take you to fill in the paperwork tomorrow. You'll start as ground crew, just like Tsai and I did. I believe that one day, you'll make an outstanding fighter pilot.
Huh? Really? Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I was afraid of you following in my footsteps. And more afraid of you taking after Tsai. If this is your choice, then I'm willing to support you. even if you live to regret it.
Oh.
Mom? I have one last request.
Tell me.
I want to fly with you at least once.
Oh.
I'm afraid I can't. I won't be flying anymore.
But why?
Because I already touched the sky.
For I have touched the sky. Horde energy. Qingni stands beside her mother and quietly gazes at the place that fills her with so much passion. Yukong gazes quietly at the place that once filled her with so much passion, cost her everything. Let's not disturb them. Yeah, probably a good idea. You there? I have something I need your help with, handsome. Wait, what? I thought I finished the companionship stuff. Yeah, I did. Alright, what the hell is Shakely wants? I'm around. Pray tell, what can I help with? Oh, don't say it so formally. You make it sound like we're strangers. Now, due to the unusual yin-yang phenomena brought by the ambrosial arbor's revival, many of Heron Express's side cranes and freight starscus have had accidents, and a great number of goods were... Oh, this is probably for this, using the side crane. And a great number of goods were lost. They want to send their staff to retrieve these lost goods, but, you know, it's not very safe out there right now. The Skyfaring Commission plans to send people who are skilled at controlling side cranes, trustworthy, and have had some military training to help them. Since when did I get military training? You didn't receive any military training, and yet you performed so well when you saved Madame Yukong's daughter. It just goes to show your outstanding talent and capacity. Come on, stop saying no. You are the one for this task. Heron Express sent over a contact person. She's waiting for you at the doors of the Skyfaring Commission. Come over quickly, don't let them wait too long. Oh, it's okay to ask, Bub. Do you actually like what you do? Does it align with your dreams? Probably similar. Pretty similar. Quite like my situation right now. Honestly, I never considered not working as a pilot. If my dad saw me now, he might yell at me for being a coward who ran away from the battlefield. Your life, your choice, as long as it fulfills you. Yeah, I'm different from Dad. I just have one wish for my child. Doesn't matter if she's unexceptional. I just hope she's safe and sound. I'm glad I did this after the mission. I don't have a child. I want to know. That's right. Maybe talking to you about this is a little too soon. You're still young after all. Some things can only be understood through experience, just like I did. So many years have passed. Excuse me, is this the deceased Mr. Bub's number? I'm very much alive, thanks. My apologies, I meant the distinguished. This autocorrect is a little morbid. Jesus! You're here with the Sanjo. I worked hard to get your contact details. In fact, I have some private matter I'm hoping you can help with. I hope it won't be too much trouble. Sir, you should know that time is money. That I am well aware. I will prepare sufficient compensation. I usually tell stories on the stage for the Sleepless Earl. You can find me there to discuss this issue face to face. Is that where I need to go? For Tales of the Fantastic? Yep. Tales of.
High Cloud Quintet is a fantastic story.
Curved wood must be bent again to reach straightness. Finding truth from exaggerations and lies takes knack. When the real is fake, the fake is also real, and you need to toss a coin to heal my spiel. I am Shiyan. a humble storyteller at the Sleepless Earl. If you'd like to listen to a few novel-length tales, you might have to wait here for a while. Then again, though there is still time for the story sessions, if you were to sip some tea and listen to a few tunes, it wouldn't be a complete waste of time, would it? You're a storyteller, but also involved with running the tea house here? Good sir, don't talk like that. If the tea house has business, then more patrons will come to drink tea. With many patrons, I then can make friends and earn a little money for myself. Besides, tea at the Sleepless Earl isn't too shabby. If you'd like some recommendations, I'd say order a pot of Hunter Malfung tea. Satisfaction guaranteed. You're sure you're not gonna have to? Some guests are tea aficionados and often pontificate about all kinds of expert tea lore at the Sleepless Earl. I'm not a smart man, but I have memorized some facts and control them off. Would you be interested?
Hi, Club
Or are you looking for me? Jesus. Oh, would you look at this brain of mine? Lost in my storytelling world again. How could I just forget about that? Which reminds me, I have a favor to ask of you. There's been a lot going on aboard the Cienjo recently, with Ambrosial Arbor's new growth and those disciples of Sanctus Medicus causing a ruckus. And all the news feeds report that you've played no small part, bub, in keeping the peace. There's no literature out there on the market right now really capitalizing on this. I'm just thinking, why not get ahead of the curve and make a bit of a killing at the box office, And so, I humbly invite you to tell me of your heroic exploits. I'll definitely spin out a brilliant tale if I could just get my hands on those first-hand accounts of yours. So you want a recap of what happened? Wonderful, if you could be so kind. Mrs. Sheehan takes out his phone and prepares to record your tales. In a world where memes and cringe collide, one trailblazer must rise to the challenge. What the fuck? It all started with this cute girl known as Little Miss March. And some old wise man named Grandpa Yang who rattle off your journey so far aboard the Lawfu in a deep dramatic voice, adopting the style of the hit web drama. 3-minute butterfly immersion. From your arrival on the Cienjo to your bloody battle with Fentilia, you do your best to cover up all the ups and downs and twists and turns of your story, but Mr. Xingyan's attention span seems to be waning. He even turned his phone sideways during the battle of Eve Mist Mansion, no doubt to sneak in a couple of hands of celestial jade. Motherfucker. This man who called himself Galactic Baseballer was locked in a heated battle against the Master Primus of the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus, and for the Cienjo, this was a battle for life and death. Evildoers, meet thy maker!
Might be trickier to crack. Time for a buzz.
Oh, no.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Song!
I just have to make sure Yukong doesn't get hit.
Scratch.
Oof.
Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward.
All right. There's the attack boost. It doesn't scale anything if I remember correctly. Oh, wait, this is a balanced attack. Oh, look. Quantum, please?
Time for a buzz.
Yes. Well, you can't. Pretty expensive. Will be used in the next action.
Commencing annihilation.
Let's do this.
More enemies. This combat needs optimizing.
Alright,
At this
this'll help.
speed, too slow.
Alright, all is with Clara.
Protect everyone too.
Okay.
Help me, Mr. Song!
Since she's gonna go anyway. Oh, she's so bad.
I'm okay.
Later. You finally finished telling your story, and Mr. Sheehan looks pretty pleased, too. This old fox has apparently played a winning hand. What the fuck? Good game. I mean, good story. You were done there with the story, right? Don't look at me like that. I've been listening attentively the whole time. Your story, however, has some issues. Even though the plot is not that boring, it's written in a way that is overstretched, underwhelming, and unpredictable. I can see where it's going from a mile away. That's how it happened. It's a true story. Let me tell you the truth. How it is here. Who cares about the truth? If you want the truth, just go and watch news instead. And hearing you talk about comedy, how should I put this? It's really stale. You hit me, then I hit you. It's been monotonous. You know about the immersion genre we have here on the Cienjo, right? Or perhaps it should be called an interactive fantasy experience. Despite what IPC thinks, well, those fights are exhilarating. Leaping onto roofs and over walls, splitting open time and space, anything goes. Overall, I think the story is lacking a few exciting elements that we need to draw in the audience. Well, its commercial potential is unlimited. What should I do? Please hold on 1 second. I'm just fetching something for you. This thing is what we call in the industry call a protagonist model. Legend has it that some immersion troupe has invented this magical tool for industrial scale screenwriting. And even though Akivili takes on thousands of different forms within thousands of different nameless, you may have heard that actually there's only a dozen or so archetypal protagonists recycled through these classic legends and tales. This shows that there are rules to follow when telling an alluring story, and that's how this thing rose to meet the occasion. Take a gander. All you have to do is set up a diverse range of encounters for a protagonist along a hero's journey, and let the protagonist gain various mystical abilities and treasures before magnificently defeating a powerful foe. That's how you make a wonderful story. My explanation alone can't do it justice. You better take a look at it yourself. In short, the protagonist model is like a simple magic wand. So long as you follow its patterns, you can easily craft pulse-racing, heart-pumping stories for your audience. How about this? You and I head up a site of your former battles, the Alchemy Commission. Revisiting old haunts will definitely get the creative juices flowing. Let's flesh out this protagonist model. Fine, I'll humor you, since I'm such a nice and helpful protagonist. I knew you were kind-hearted. Alright, let's push on then to the Alchemy Commission. What the fuck are we doing, huh? This almost sounds like a roguelike thing. But, I don't know. Alright. Well, Yukong's back up. I'm gonna switch Yukong out for obvious reasons. If I was not mistaken, the decisive battle in your adventure began right over here at the Evenus Mansion, correct? Correct. You said that this was where you and your companions fought against the Master Primus of the Sanctus Medicus. Was there any conflict that you encountered here? Or perhaps did she stoop to any dastardly tricks to really put you in between a rock and a hard place? I just walked up and started fighting. How is that possible? How can a great battle be exciting without any swerves or setbacks? Please give me a moment to sketch how to scene. Ah, here we go. Listen up. The Legion was in cahoots with the Master Primus of the Sanctus Medicus. Using their arcane powers, they activated elixir cauldrons to spew forth venomous vapors as they tried to take out Bub and the other munificent heroes in one fell swoop. For a moment, the mesmerizing miasma filled the air at the Alchemy Commission. Despite the vigor and strength of Bub, it was too much to deal with and simply overwhelming. The situation grew so grave that Bub and his companions concocted a genius plan. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, the realization suddenly dawned that this was still the Alchemy Commission, a paradise known for forging the elixir of life. The disciples of Sanctus Medicus have received their mandate from the Ruin Author. We, though, can strive for a miracle pill from the Alchemy Commission, turning over a new leaf to be born anew through generations of cultivated power. How did this turn into a story about forging a miracle pill? The arena is set inside the Alchemy Commission, right? It's foreshadowing with a payoff. Don't interrupt me. It's a good start. Next it'll go. A fortuitous encounter. Bub studied the surroundings carefully, fixating on 3 elixir cauldrons on display at the Alchemy Commission. Bub suddenly remembered that the Vidyadhara healer lady had once mentioned these 3 elixir cauldrons and how they contained essential extracts of everything in the universe condensed into elixirs of life. Once put together, these 3 divine ingredients could be concocted into The elixir of dragon oil, which can make you be born anew and achieve transcendence. Sounds fishy, or sounds. Who on earth would take dodgy drugs like this? Listen, this is some half-baked cure-all quackery. All it does is help you ascend to the heavens, which is not that far-fetched, plot-wise. I'm sorry for the ablid naming here. Anyway, what else am I going to call the elixir, an elixir that magically imbues powers like this? Let's go over to that elixir cauldron over there. Keep at it. I'm sure that'll give us some quality inspiration. To complete your trial. Thinking of this, Bub jumped right into the elixir cauldron. Stare at Mr. Sheehan in silence. What's wrong? Is that really safe? Dropping in a meaningless crisis element here would be the work of a hack and a fraud. I think not. Our hero enters the elixir cauldron. Connecting to the signal. Don't worry, it all makes sense. Bub leaped into the elixir cauldron, but suddenly felt as if the whole world were spinning. Our hero opened their eyes to find themselves have turned into a cycrane. The book implies that this is a hidden containment mechanism in the elixir cauldron, designed by the first cauldron master of the Alchemy Commission. Anyone trying to take the elixir of life would first be transported to a Fantasia to undergo the trial. How could we throw in some quantum mechanics stuff? It makes it sound smart. Don't try to confuse me. You're interrupted my train of thought. The first cauldron master of the Alchemy Commission hoped that one day someone could break the containment mechanism, clear the trial, and take the elixir of dragon oil right in the nick of time to save the Law Fu from certain doom. In a curious twist of fate, Bob was none other than the heroic one prophesied by this first cauldron master of the Alchemy Commission some thousands of years ago. Wow. Bob concentrated all his chi to his core radix, thus breaking the containment mechanism in the Fantasia. I was curious how there's an ocean here. Bob concentrated... Okay, yeah. I just have to go around. Careful, don't get caught by monsters. Bob concentrated all his chi into... Okay. As all the containment mechanisms were gradually lifted by Bub, the secret treasure of the first Cauldron Master was revealed as a chest. Got an Ice Fire Lotus, well done. The miracle medicine Mr. Xian made up in the story. He claims that these medicines have parallels in real life, but you're not silly enough to believe in that. A bulb beholds is a lotus blooming with ice crystals while in flames. This is a medicine that's been extinct since the Theophany era. The Ice Fire Lotus. He talks a lot. Bob transformed into a cycrane, weaving and darting around the elixir cauldron to clear the trial left behind it by the first cauldron master. Where Bob beholds is a lotus blooming with ice crystals while in flames. This is a medicine that has been extinct since the Theophany era. The Ice Fire Lotus. The Ice Fire Lotus is utterly indispensable in concocting an elixir of dragon oil. I won't even comment on how the name sounds, so... Come on, let's go then. On to the next elixir cauldron. Just bear with me, okay? Seeing these places in person really got my creative juices flowing. Oh my god, there's more. Having plucked the Ice Fire Lotus, Bub seizes an opportunity and leaps into another elixir cauldron. Oh, come on, not this good. Little do you know, repetitive behavior instills a sense of ritual in people. That's why important details have to be repeated a few times over and over. Our hero enters the elixir cauldron. What now? Bob returned to the Fantasia, hunting for the secret treasure left by the first Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission, but suddenly an unsettling aroma aroused his senses. Were any ordinary person, it would merely be discarded as a mistake of the senses. But what kind of hero is Bob? The treacherous danger was instantly detected. The book implies that this is an abundance beast sealed within the cauldron by the first Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission. Oh, how the mediocre covered such glorious treasures, yet die filled with hatred at the maw of a beast. Sheesh. That first culture master was ruthless. That's a trope of our treasure hunting stories. The ancients always leave behind these secret treasures with fatal booby traps hidden within. Don't ask me why, but it's a screenwriter's convention. Bob couldn't help but sneer, asking, "Is there any danger across all the galaxy that can stop my might?" And with a beat of the wings, our hero took to the sky. Why are they on the rooftops? Oh, concentrated, yep. How am I supposed to get that one? You have to go behind the table? Bob took a close look, and there just so happened to be some useful for distracting the beast. Oh. I should do the voice right, okay? It hurts. Let me tell you a story. I don't know, I'm gonna go attract the attention of the nearby abomination. Okay. Really? Oh god, come on. Hey. There we go. Okay, now I just have to make sure. Oh, yep. That's all blah blah blah. Secret treasure. What will it be? Got a life-death polypore. Well done. The miracle. Oh, looks like that one relic but recolored. The miracle medicine of Mr. Sheehan. The story claims these medicines have parallels in real life, but you're not silly enough to believe in that. What the warrior beholds is a mushroom that seems to waft in and out of existence. This is no mere mushroom. It sits within a state between existence and non-existence, constantly fluctuating between the real and the imaginary. It's called the life-death polypore. Alright, one more. Bob completed another one of the first Collagen Master's trials. What appeared next before our hero was a mushroom fitting in and out of existence. It is written that this is no mortal mushroom. It sits within a state between existence and non-existence, constantly. Okay. Finally, we're getting down to quantum mechanics. Right then. Bob had the life-death polypore, lacking only one final medicinal herb before the elixir of dragon oil could be concocted. I really get the feeling you're just making up all these things as you go. Hey, no way. I actually have a little notebook where I record all kinds of obscure things, and I can show you it if you want. So these medicinal herbs, they really do all exist? Names of these medicinal herbs are indeed constructions of my imagination. I mean, not all of them are completely made up. Enough gossip and bluster. Let's get to the next college and start cooking up to that next story, Alright. Last elixir. How about it then? Ready to start plotting out the next part of your story? Having plucked the life-death polypore, Bob goes all or nothing, leaping into another elixir cauldron. Our hero enters the elixir cauldron. Back in the Fantasia once more, and without a trace of fear and trepidation, Bob felt like an old hand. Bob calmed right down to sense the feelings left behind in the Fantasia, and these feelings were warm, gentle, and liberating. There was never any doubt that this was the soul cleansing grease from the first Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission. So it's soul cleansing grease to sick beasts onto people? Don't say that. The first Cauldron Master was thinking ahead about any misuse that might harm the Ciencio, you see. The Ciencio, you see. Or is that a bit far-fetched? No problem. Don't even worry about it. This is just the first script. First script, I tell you. I'll just fix it in post. Bob knew this warm sensation meant that the most dangerous part of the trial had already passed. What now greeted Bob was the first Helm Master's blessing. Take off, Bob. Welcome to this, your final trial. Drawing experience from the previous two Fantasias, Bob was determined to put this knowledge to use and find the Cauldron Master's secret treasure. Alright. 1. Come on, come on. 2. Alright. What will the thing be this time? A whirlbolt pneumatophore. There is no wind, yet the aerial roots wave in the wind. The air is cleaved apart and lightning sparks following the curvature of their movement. This is the most precious medicine in all the alchemy commission. The whirlbolt pneumatophore. Okay. Bob completed yet another trial only to find himself trapped in a vast white fog. Once it cleared, Bob saw a huge tree with floating roots. Despite no obvious breeze, the floating roots swayed in the air, cleaving the very air in twain with flashes of lightning paired to each swing. This was the most precious medicinal herb hidden at the Alchemy Commission. The pneumatophore, or whirlbolt, whatever. Oh. Bob harvested the best of the floating roots and left his Fantasia of the first cauldron master. That doesn't sound like something a Psycrane should touch. No, that's not actually a Psycrane. It's the result of your true, pure, unfettered soul projected into the first cauldron master's Fantasia. You can't really think of it in terms of a normal Psycrane. You're just making it all up as you go, aren't you? Isn't that how we storytellers earn our crust day in, day out? Competition in entertainment circles is so fierce these days. How are we storytellers supposed to compete with all the razzle-dazzle and hype of something like Immersia? There's only one answer: manufactured outrage. I can say all the stuff they can't do in Immersia, and I can say what they don't dare say in Immersia. Anyway, there's no tax on bragging, and words have a habit of disappearing like the wind. And back at the topic at hand. Previously, our hero Bub acquired all 3 medicinal herbs required to concoct the elixir dragon oil. All that remained was to cast ingredients in the elixir crucible, and this miracle elixir would be his. I prefer the cringe and memes blood. I don't have time for shit.
More time for a buzz.
Fire.
What a headache. I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
Time to go on the offensive.
Right.
Commencing annihilation.
Some damage off.
Can you let me have some fun this time?
Oh, something's dying.
That's great.
Oh, no. What? Oh. I'll do it. Give me the counter attack.
Don't mess with me. Let me end your misery.
Attack. There we go. Oh wow, you let your friend first. Okay, let's finish this event. There's so much dialogue for it.
A sharp scythe needs target.
Or at least this part of the event. Okay, so each chapter unlocks. Alright, let's make this oil. Bob placed the 3 medicinal herbs into the crucible one by one. First came the ice fire lotus. Its fiery heat and blast and cold blended together, bursting out infinite natural force. Next came the life-death polypore. Its quantum impermanence stabilizes the paradox inherent in the Lotus. Finally, Bub tossed the world bolt metaphor into the crucible. With a flash of thunder and lightning out of the blue, an entire thunderstorm formed inside 1 square inch of the crucible. Bub plucked up the courage to reach a hand into the storm. After a while, Bub's hands pulled out a sparkling medicinal pellet. And that, my friend, is what leads a mortal onto the path of immortality. Uh-oh, no. I shouldn't have used that word on the CM show. Anyways, it's basically a miracle drug that makes you be born anew and achieve transcendence. Behold, the elixir dragon of oil. Bub saw the miracle elixir and instantly felt as light as a feather, but as strong as an ox. Our hero could leap 30,000 miles in a second, or lift up 10,000 tons. Bub knew now was the time to settle the score with those pathetic, detestable disciples of Sanctus Medicus, wreaking havoc on the Sancho. Are we... The way you tell it makes me sound like I'm a disciple of Sanctus Medicus. Ha, listen to yourself. Power in and of itself knows no good or bad. Only people do. Is a kitchen knife evil when it's in the hands of a chef, or when it's in the hands of a murderer? Less idle chit-chat, please, ladies and gentlemen. Esteemed guests, lend me your ears. Next up, we have the main feature, Calamity and Snare's commission of alchemy, nameless battles authored of plagues. If we put it like that, then this act will be complete. What happened to the fight against the plagues authored demon? You don't understand. The most difficult thing for us screenwriters is the protagonist's development. Once the protagonist's character is settled, it's going to be so easy to just write in as many battles as you want. Look, this isn't exactly the best writing place for us. Come back to the Starskiff Haven with me, and after I process all of today's inspiration, we can chat more about combat details. Jesus fucking Christ, this guy. Thank you for helping me sort out my thoughts and get some inspiration. I'll start right away. Mrs. Sheehan took out his notebook and began scribbling at a furious pace. Shortly after, he handed over the manuscript to you, filled with satisfaction. I've already written the part about the nameless battles author of plagues. That's right, our protagonist on this quest, that is you, has experienced all these adventures and taken this elixir of life. I have to add a few strokes to this protagonist model so it's not forgotten next time. Speaking of which, I was left with tons of inspiration rattling around in my head after today's trip. I'd like to use some of your side adventures on the Sanjo as material to write some side stories. It'll help flesh out your protagonist model, so I'll write some of your challenging adventures. Why don't you listen and tell me what you think? During the event, complete hero's journeys with Mrs. Sheehan to unleash the full potential of the protagonist model. There are different slots in the protagonist model. The plot armor that could be selected for each slot is different. Slots and plot armors will gradually be unlocked as you progress through a hero's journey. Using these abilities can earn you points and rewards in Legends Past and Present, and will also gradually unlock Legend of the Trailblazer sections. Okay. Head to Mr. Sheehan to start Legends Past and Present for the first time. Oh wait, do I have to? Protagonist models obtained during a hero's journey can be used in other stories. Click the button to use the protagonist model. Increase allies' skill damage by 100%. Increase allies. Okay, well, obviously I want both. Oh wait, hold on. Follow attack. Wait, Bona Aqua fully sweetened in tapioca. Bona Aqua half sweetened with coconut jelly. Star Shattering Blade of Truth. Alright, let's give it a shot. Follow-up attack, yeah. That's about all follow-up attacks, so let's see how this goes. This mechanic is a turn limit. Before the turn runs out, enemies will continue to appear. Defeating more enemies will earn you higher scores and greater rewards. The remaining turns will be displayed as a countdown on the action order shown on the left. Dealing damage to any enemy target before turn ends will earn your points. Defeating a trotter during battle will earn you even higher points.
You must be honored to meet me.
Alright. That'll do it.
You won't get away.
Time to twirl! Ever see a diamond this
That'll be enough to
Oh,
let him follow, so let's do it.
You won't get away. Time to twirl.
Oh my god.
You won't get away. Time to twirl.
Yeah, energy.
Combat is a series of precise machinations. Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens.
Go!
And I'm no exception.
Time to twirl.
And follow-up attack?
You won't get away. Time to twirl.
I told ya I could fight. Do you know who I am? Ever see a diamond
Yes.
this
So
big?
I just keep it here.
All yours.
Time to twirl.
Target threat annihilation lowered.
Alright, I'll do it.
You won't get away.
I have no idea how many enemies I have to beat, but...
Time to twirl.
What are you looking at? Maybe you can keep it down? You're annoying.
Rude.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr.
I
Swirl.
should have followed up with this. Fucking hell.
Time to twirl.
My turn. Do you know who I am? Ever see a diamond this big?
This will do it.
All yours.
You won't get away.
Time to twirl. Stay right there while I give you a present.
Alright, shield for
Oh,
countermeasures.
poor you. I'm not afraid of you.
Well, that's 2 stacks.
Come one, come all.
Alright, here we are.
You won't get away. Time to twirl.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
Oh,
Time to twirl.
Jesus. 4.5 kilowatts.
Watch this. Do you know who I am? Ever see a diamond this big? All yours.
What's the... How many points do I need? I feel like I've got enough.
Time for a detailed overhaul.
I need to be
Commencing
brave.
annihilation.
I want to protect everyone too. Help me, Mr. Swirl.
Alright, I need 3 breaks for Himiko to follow.
You must be honored to meet me.
Oh, perfect.
You won't get away.
I told ya I could fight.
What's
Time
this?
to twirl.
Oh.
Maybe you can keep it down?
I'm not afraid of you. You won't get away.
Time to twirl!
understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
Mega beam. I'm so tired. I felt like there was nothing. Did I get enough?
Combat
I
is a
don't even
series
know.
of precise machinations. Come one, come all.
Time to twirl!
Not enough. Alright, S. Yeah, I think that's enough. Jeez, that was long. After combat, click on the rewards list to claim rewards. Obtaining a certain score in combat, unlock sections from Legend of the Trailblazer. After all patches are unlocked. Oh. Clara and Himiko looked at each other and instantly shared the same thought. We must not let others look down on the two of us. Oh. Interesting. 50,000 points. Oh, why? Okay, I need more offensive units for that one. No, I don't care too much. I'm just fucking. I'll do like. I'll do the Forgotten Hall stuff, and then I'll call it good, because that. Holy shit. Oh wow, they're standing beside each other.
Since assuming the role of Helm Master, it's rare that I have the chance to gaze upon the stars like this. It should be a view I tire of seeing, but it always leaves me in awe. The heavens really are boundless.
What do you think of this place?
Thank you. I like it. It's a shame. The stars no longer belong to me. Perhaps one day I shall feel their embrace once again. But it will undoubtedly be the day of my last flight.
Oh. Come and have a look whenever you can.
I will. Thank you for your invitation. I can't help but say that after arriving on the Express, I'm a little envious of your way of life. You are able to enjoy the vastness of the universe, with reliable companions by your side.
True.
I hope you all cherish one another.
I don't think there's anyone else. Oh, it's just like
Do
this,
you want to enter the...
Enter the Forgotten Hall. I'll just do one of those stages because I need to for... Oh, it's a Yanqing. Oh, it's a Rumaton. Fuck. I hate the Rumaton. Ew. Okay. Let's do this, I guess. For... Yeah. Something like that. I feel good about this. Should be able to warn, I think. And if I don't, what the fuck? I'm like 20 levels over with some of these characters. Granted, I haven't maybe invested into a lot of people, but increased dots. Okay.
Ready when you are. 100.
Oh. Fucking hate Rumatons.
You took the bait just like that. Time for a buzz.
So you are afraid of me.
Fights are like
so
gambling.
close.
You have to... This hand, stay calm. That's
Oh, there we go. Took a bit. Go like this.
savor the vigor of it.
I need to kill one of these guys. Oh shit. Oh wait, what? High chance of inflicting. Oh. I see now.
Wait for the tiles before you start counting. Nap time.
I should do this.
Just in time. Just a little something.
Attack with Sela. Use Silverwolf's skill, I guess.
Time for a buzz.
There we go.
Can you let me have some fun this time? Time for a buzz.
So dumb.
Luck of the draw. Please, 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 please. Looks like
Wait, I should have.
this combat needs optimizing. At this speed, too slow.
I love Sanction mode. It's so cool. Really?
Naughty children, don't listen. Good as new. Better late than never.
Okay, well, at least I got some dots. Oh, great. This is the most annoying shit. Oh my god, Chincha's dead. Why two of them?
More enemies. Time for a buzz.
I'll free you from your chain. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
This might isn't enough.
Just in time. Just a little something.
Come on.
Think nothing of it.
Plus, I have no down characters. Okay, well, I fucked up. Ugh. I need something better. That's the news. I don't know, dude.
Welcome to the inner astral. Peace broadcast.
Ah,
Do you
fuck
want
off.
to enter the
Let's do some easy difficulty one. I don't care right now. That's Dark Call. Whoops. I should probably do that eventually.
one.
Heavenly Hand. Nice.
Time for a buzz.
What a headache. Who's next? Let me end your misery. I'll free you from your chains. Disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past.
I would love a
This
difference.
combat needs optim. At this speed, too slow.
Let me end your misery.
Hermitons suck so much. I hate them. Just going to sanction mode is enough to just turn me off. Yeah, I could just turn that off for now. Oh god. Alright, I think that's it for me. I'm just gonna do my dailies on my own time. And, yeah. That'll be it. Alright, we're hopping off. Peace. Yeah. Bye! Oh, yeah, actually, I guess I should go. I like the Yukong mission. I could see where the story was going, but I still enjoyed it regardless. Yeah. And then the event, so much dialogue. The combat's kind of fun though. Yeah, that's about it.